I hope you'll allow me to rant for just a moment. I'm trying to not rant as much on my channel, but sometimes I have to just say things. This is the most ridiculous talking point that I have seen. These people they're probably not morons, but they're probably wound in such a way that they just are triggered easily to the point that they will see things that are not there. I did have problems with the onboarding of Metroid Dread. I did, and I don't care. Look, if I was still hiring designers and I saw that you were one of the people pushing back on this, I would fire you or I would not hire you. Okay, because the idea that just because you know how to do something early in the game where you're trying to learn and teach the player how to play so they can, enjoy the product that they've paid for, the fact that you know how to do it, nobody needs your gatekeeping bullshit. Your gatekeeping bullshit is probably the reason Metroid is not the huge, massive franchise that it could be, okay? No one wants to take your difficult game away. No one wants to take your pride away from being able to figure out a video game. But these are products. These are millions and millions, and in some cases, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of products. And they need to make sure everybody who could enjoy it is going to enjoy it. And there's a balance between that and sanding off too much the rough edges. I'm not supporting what's happening in the new Metroid. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to play it. We'll see if I like it or not. But I get people's concerns as having a sidekick there, if he is present a lot, will mess up the tone the series is famous for. Fine. But in this case, the idea... There goes my dog. The idea that he doesn't believe me. He hates my Metroid take. The idea that, first off, that I was wrong. We can debate that till the cows come home. There's no point in debating it again. I still think I'm right about it in terms of what they should have done to allow new players to get more familiar with it. You're going to think I'm wrong till the day you die, and that's fine. But this idea, listen to this guy, Matt, who has over 1,000 likes for this tweet and over 17,000 views. The real reason the upcoming Metroid Dread game now has an annoying NPC sidekick telling you everything is the David Jaffe meltdown. No, guy couldn't even work out where to go when it was clearly signposted. It wasn't. In level design. So now the devs are adding God of War levels of handholding. Okay. First off, what a ridiculous concept. The last Metroid sold, I know it sold 4 or 5 million, which is pretty fucking good for a Metroid game. It was not perceived as a failure. Now, clearly, they want this game to be a lot more successful. They spent a lot more money on it, and why not build another big franchise beyond sort of the niche hit that Metroid has always been? It's a good idea. But just because they want to do that, I'm not saying take the puzzles out. I'm not saying make the game not challenging. That's never what this was about. I hate the way the puzzles work in God of War with Atreus constantly yapping, telling you what to do and how to solve everything. I think it's annoying. I publicly complained about it. I thought it was obnoxious. I know they went back and toned it down, but I understand. I've sat in the focus groups where you've had people come in and they say they're gamers. You go through the checklist to find people to bring into the focus test, the play test, and they're stuck. And stuck on a puzzle until you figure it out is one thing. Stuck on a puzzle and you simply cannot ever solve it, you walk away without a good experience. And the team is going, shit, we are spending $200 million on this, and it's looking like 40% of the people are having a shelf moment here. What are we going to do? I agree that the solves they've come up with have not been great yet. I don't even like the solves in things like Silent Hill F, where you can set the level of puzzles. I think there's a better solution somewhere in there. And I like puzzles in games. And I like getting stuck in games, because when you get stuck, you ultimately get unstuck. And I'm not against hard games. My favorite game of all time is Elden Ring, which I finished. My 5th favorite game of all time is Bloodborne, which I finished. I like difficult games at times. What I don't like are games that are confusing if you don't see it through the lens of, oh, I've played all the Metroids, I know how this goes. Or, oh, I noticed one little piece of text. People are like, well, there was this piece of text in the tutorial. Well, it was there. They told you. No, you're just wrong. You would be laughed out of a design meeting, okay? It's not a technicality like trying to overturn a play in a sporting event. Oh, well, we put it in there. It's not a legalese that it's like, well, it's in the contract. It's not that. It's the fact that not everybody is going to read and take in every single piece of text. Okay, they're just not. Certainly not in an action adventure game like this. Certainly not in a lot of other Nintendo games where they don't even let you advance a lot of times until you achieve something specifically. And if not, they just keep sending you back to that signpost that says, here's how you do a double jump. So no, you're just wrong. It's bad design. It's good for you. But again, that's its own little thing. The bigger thing though, is this is not, they're not going, oh, David Jaffe caused this. I didn't cause this. What I may have done in a way that you didn't like, along with some other people, was shine a light on the fact that we know Metroid has always been this kind of obtuse thing where you have to shoot everything in the room and all that stuff. But if you're coming to Metroid, that is such a strange concept, and you've not played Metroid before, that maybe they're going, okay, you know what we could do is we could ease the player in more. We could put you in a room, for example, and say, hey, you're stuck. We're not letting you out of this room until you shoot everything. And we're going to remind you to shoot everything. And I'm sorry if that makes you feel like this is dumbing the game down. Well, you know what else it's doing? It's allowing people in the first hour or so of the game to get comfortable with it and ultimately, hopefully, fall in love with it. So they tell their friends and their friends buy it and it sells a bitch load of copies. And then suddenly there's more of these, and there's a Metroid movie, and there's a Metroid TV show, and a Metroid toy line, and everybody's happy except you, because then you're going to bitch about, hey, it's all sold out. Sorry, play a fucking indie game. I don't know what to tell you, but I didn't do this. Or if I did, I didn't directly do it, but good. Maybe it'll actually be a Metroid game I want to play. Be well.